in the trunk.
What are your thoughts on DJ G.I. Joe coming out publicly to denounce Stacey Castro now?
It doesn't surprise me because I had heard a story like DJ G.I. Joe made a song for the documentary and then they wanted to like charge him to place it. And he's like, wait, what? Like DJ G.I. Joe already has no money. He was in debt like when Chino had passed, like telling me he had nothing and, you know, like didn't have money to get himself anything for his birthday. And I bought him a birthday gift and shit. So I wasn't surprised by him, like if that was the catalyst or not. But the funniest shit Joe said, and I haven't talked to Joe, was like, but I don't want to be M80's friend and he's gross and all the things he said about me. But he fails to realize I never disrespected him at all until he started disrespecting Chino and me. Like I never signed off to use my beat for their album. And it's like, bro, you sent me a message like you're the happiest you've ever been to be on this Chino album and you've never had a major placement in your life. Like, so as long as he's on the side of right and realizes that, yes, M80 has walked the talk and done everything he said he's going to do for the girls, so be it. Hello, good people at home. Sorry about that, but my workday doesn't stop just because Panda Shop wants to talk for your edification. I had to go get my money for the day. And that is just proves my point in real fucking time. I do A-okay. I do well enough to help myself and help lots of others, and I'm never going to stop helping others because I can. Thank you. Carry on.
So he accused Stacey Castro of being obsessed with you. DJ G.I. Joe did.
She's obsessed with me. Yeah, there's no shock there.
Right, but I'm saying though that he's come out and admitted that, right? So this whole time that he was at odds with you, was he really feeling this way about Stacey already and just staying by and not saying anything? Or like, do you know, like to the extent?
I'm sure it happened over time. He probably had some realizations the more Joe saw me making moves. Like, for instance, remember, we released Darkness in like October. It wasn't until I believe December that I got to sit down with all the families, turn over the master rights. They'd already been getting the accounting statements, but like now you finally have something that Chino never had. You own these records. That was probably the beginning of it. So Joe had got to know Stacey over the course of say like 3 or 4 months. And that was probably the catalyst. And then he wrote it out for, a year, you know?
But it seems like, I don't know if it's like a personal thing now, but he's done a lot of videos about it too. So it's kind of like on a mission to be very outspoken about it now, right? So
yeah, because Joe still would like to be a part of something. I don't think he wanted to leave China and Stacey and just like abandon all things Chino.
Mm-hmm.
I think one day Joe and I will probably do a live together.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is it possible to squash it between you guys?
Well, I mean, it's like I'll forgive, but I won't forget. Like I was never gross. Everything I had to say and do against DJ G.I. Joe was on the defensive. He initiated it by saying he never agreed to let Chino use his music. Like, bro, you're nobody in the grand scheme of this shit, dog. This is your first DJ. There's never been a song produced by DJ G.I. Joe that anyone's ever given a fuck about on any project ever. So please acknowledge the reality. When he made that video, which of course he was coaxed to make it by like China and Stacey and maybe some others. That's when it all started. But I'd never said anything gross about Joe leading up to that. I was very friendly to him. Joe was not invited to Chino's funeral. And he was adamant about attending, and I got him an invite. Like, because I could not attend, I asked that they give my invite to the stranger. And he's like, oh, well, it's too expensive to come on such short notice. And I'm like, I just really did all that for you for nothing? Like, okay. And then Joe complaining about, like I said, not having money. No one got him any birthday gifts. I never met the guy, but he just kept complaining about how Chino never paid him for the beat. And Chino didn't pay any producers for any beats. He didn't have the money to do that. It's one thing if you have the money and you're just being fickle with how you spend it versus just not having it.
Mm-hmm.
Chino was in the just not having it category. Okay. Like Chino very rarely spent any money on himself. When he had money, it went to providing for his family. Like when I said that when China had a destination wedding, and this is what I learned after the fact, after he passed, because again, I never heard China mentioned once in Chino's lifetime. That apparently was, he never recovered from that, from those that financial investment.
Wow.
But Chino very rarely spent money on himself. Like when a drunk driver had hit his Jeep was parked and a drunk driver hit it in his neighborhood. Like he didn't have money for a car, like a replacement car. I fronted the money for the Range Rover. Then when we did the deal for the Mantis, I got to be reimbursed for that. So it's like China and them know all this shit. They have all the signed paperwork. They know it. But it doesn't look good for their cause to be like, oh, M80's right and you can support this album, which is hilarious because even I've made posts like go buy aprons and stash boxes and t-shirts at ChinoXL.com. At least someone's eating. They really take issue with the fact I'm doing things to help Lyric and Bella eat. And their mothers. And like you have issue with that. I can literally prove if we did go to court, that would be my shining moment. Because then under oath, under the potential penalty of perjury, has any money from a Chino XL sale gone to your bank account? And I'll say no. And I can provide my bank statements. And they can show that every week, every Friday, 1332 gives the statements they go to Chino's family, they go to Colette and Lyric and Bella and Nas, that's the rep for the girls. And then when they want to pull the money and they, end up pulling it every month or so, it goes right to them. Never once touches my account. I would be completely vindicated in the courtroom. Luckily, people are smart enough to understand now, okay, M80 is really that fucking dude.
You said that you're open to squashing it with G.I. Joe, but then you just said
I
some
didn't say
pretty
that.
What?
I'm open to do the lie. Only if he's gonna take accountability.
And at least having a respectful conversation, but then you said some pretty disrespectful stuff to him too, though, in the process right after that. So that
Bro, there's
sounds
no rules to this shit.
counterproductive.
There's no rules to this war shit, bro. You tried to make me look dumb. You tried to make me act like I wasn't that motherfucker in Chino's life. And he's not the only one. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking shit talk you. I'm gonna shit talk your family. I'm gonna shit talk your fucking studio. I'm gonna shit talk your whole fucking existence. Cause fuck you. You're not Chino. You're not even me. I'm not in debt. I survive off music. Like he had sent me a message one time. I posted a screenshot. Like I never made $1 in this music shit. We're not the same then, bro. Cause all this I just picked up is from fucking music. Today. We're not the same. So please don't equate like you fucking understand what the fuck I do for a living or what's going on. All you need to know is, was I good to Chino in his lifetime? And am I going to continue to be good by his family? The ones that I give a fuck about. And the answer is yes. So leave it alone. Leave it alone. If he wants to take accountability and be like, M80 really walked 100% of his talk and he never disrespected me until I started disrespecting him and Chino, sure, I forgive you. I forgive you for your arrogance, for your ignorance, for thinking that you were imposing the will that you had to impose, whether it was at your own volition or at the volition of others. Are you ever going to be my friend? No. Am I ever going to invite you to my barbecue? Fuck no. You're ever going to produce a record, produce a song on an M80, executive producer A&R album? God, no. But at least you can fucking go about your life.
Well, what do you think about him apologizing to the girls directly? He said that he was personally sorry that he ever worked with Stacey.
That's lovely. That's lovely. I'm all for that. I might send him an edible arrangement. I'm proud of you, Joe, for growing a pair. Huh?
Were you happy when he finally switched sides, like it got away from Stacey?
Didn't move me one way or the other.
Okay.
You know why? Because I'm one man and I just beat our army of 1,000. Every single person that was against me, I beat you. In the Chino situation, in all these adverse life situations of mine, the Fat Beat situation, the Pete Rock situation, I've always come out the victor in this shit. And if you read my book, in every one of those situations, I'm still here, living, breathing, working, succeeding. So yeah, I'm glad that something fucking sparked in his brain for him to acknowledge, right, China's a grown-ass motherfucking woman. Lyric and Bella are children. If they were grown too, I wouldn't give half of a fuck. If you're over 30 years old, you got time to figure it out. Until then, you need help, man. I'm not one of those people who believes, oh, you hit 18 and now you're an adult and fucking go figure out life. I've walked you this far. No. Like 30 is more of a reasonable age.
Mm. Is it true that Shady Records was trying to sign Chino XL at one point and he turned it down?
If that's true, that had nothing to do with any work I ever did for Cheap.
So have you ever heard that rumor?
That probably would have been before my time, but no, I never once heard Chino mention that in passing or other.
Wow.
Remember, I'm just one guy, though. Doesn't mean it's not true. It just means I was not informed. I also didn't know Chino had a daughter named China. But I knew everything there is to know about Lady London because Chino loved talking about her.
I was going to bring that up, but I didn't know if you wanted to talk about that because you had posted that Conway the Machine situation.
Yeah, I love that.
What is that about?
Oh, it's just enough. Like, that's a really good song, Lady London and Conway the Machine. But Conway, one, is like, whether, he knows it or not, the car he's describing is my car. Basically talking about, like, I'm the boss of this shit. I'm in the right. And then Lady London's verse is talking about the only way I'm ever going to have nice shit is if I fuck for it. This is funny. It's a funny, like, adverse love song.
And so she's his niece, right?
Yes, she is a Stewart. Stephanie Stewart, Jamila Stewart. Lady London's mom is Jamila Stewart. Jamila was talking an infinite amount of shit about me. She still talks about me. People send me the screenshots and it's like, yo, bitch, you've had me blocked for like at least like a year. Like, why are you still talking about me?
Wow.
Like, they'll come around to and admit to being wrong. China has to be at the point where she realizes what Stacey Castro is doing is of no help to anything. Stacey, that's where me and Stacey differ. I don't need you to like me, love me, respect me, nothing. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do to help Chino's family, the members I care about. Stacey Castro has turned the IG of Chino XL and the IG Chino XL estate into the Stacey Castro show. She doesn't even post from her own pages. She comments to motherfuckers as Chino XL. He posts shit in his stories about like movies that she's promoting for her clients. It's literally like the Stacey Castro XL page. China will one day be smart enough to be like, this is gross.
It's pretty weird. It's really weird. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's crazy.
But that's just the beautiful part about being me is like, I don't need anyone's love, respect, approval. I'm going to operate how I want to operate because I literally built my company from $3,000 to fucking 8 figures. You really think Stacey Castro is going to stop this show? Shit. Better call Hove.